Boys and girls, get loose, grab your juice. It's Casual Samuel. Let's talk hoops. And today, we got a banger. I went through and watched every single Wizards game. You're probably wondering why the Wizards? But that's kind of why I chose them. They have a bottom 5 home attendance and they have a bottom 3 social media presence. So not only IRL do people not give a even in the comfort of their own home, people don't care. Until today, I have gone through and watched all of the games Washington has played so far. Shockingly, League Pass made this possible, so everyone say, thank you, League Pass. Also, structure-wise, I took detailed notes for all 5 games, so we'll go over pros, cons, main takeaways for each and every game, and then at the very end, I'll give my overall thoughts on this Washington squad and if they deserve more attention. Game 1 at Capital One against the Boston Celtics. To be fair, the game actually started out well for Washington. Jordan Poole had this ridiculous inside-out move that cooked Drew Holiday. Alex Sarr has this amazing 20-second stretch where he's actively avoiding 3 in the key and then perfectly baits the out of Drew and blocks his shot. And then with that new possession, he saves whatever junk Kuz throws at the rim while also making Horford pay for his miscue. And speaking of miscues, holy this Wizards team treats possessions like a high schooler treats your school-issued Google Chromebook. I'm telling you right now, the amount of turnovers, just like this one, that happen in every single game is borderline nauseating. Also, there was a point early in the second quarter where within a singular game minute, Alex Sarr got baited twice by Drew Holiday. These last 2 clips just perfectly paint the picture of what this game looked like as a whole from Washington's perspective. Looking at the box score as well, you absolutely feel Kuzma's 6 of 16, especially the 0 of 5 from 3. Just between these 5 guys alone, they went 0 of 19 from 3. Overall, the main takeaways, Poole moved like Golden State Poole. Alex Sarr looks lost out there, and Kuz has to stop driving in the lane like a lubed up bowling ball. Game 2, again, at Capital One, this time getting freaky against Spida's Cavs. Right off rip, this is the game I fell in love with Bilal Coulibaly. This play right here in the second.
Oh my God.
I don't want to say was Shea-esque, but I was sitting 90 degrees the rest of the game. Especially in transition, dude. He's so smooth. In the fourth, Wizards fans and myself are blessed with the best play of the early season yet. The design and execution of this play is ridiculous. From the Corey off-ball screen on the inbounder to Bub immediately kicking it out from the paint to a wide open Bilal corner 3. However, Kyle Kuzma might be the Michael Jordan of Jameis Winston's. Time and time again in this game, Kuzma was doing that makes me want to actually chew glass. Obviously, I know they're rookies, but dear God, did Alex and Keyshawn have some horrendous plays in this game. Looking at the box score quick, Kuzma and Keyshawn going 3 of 23 from the field. Probably is what had this game wrapped early on. Overall, main takeaways for game 2, Kuzma and Keyshawn shot them out of this game, clearly. Kuzma again played so sloppy, but my new glorious GOAT, Bilal Coulibaly, had an incredible game. For games 3 and 4, I'm just gonna smush them together because both games were against Atlanta. Both games, early on, just started out with questionable decision-making from Alex Sarr. Also, insane to say this with such a young team, but the lack of basic effort on both sides of the floor is so concerning. Watching Alex Sarr play basketball is what I imagine huffing galaxy gas feels like. Don't get me wrong, he'll make high IQ plays like these that'll leave you smirking like Jim Halpert. But then he'll do like this, and it makes me want to shot a bottle of Pine Sol. I haven't mentioned this player much yet, but Jordan Poole is quietly making himself Washington's best player so far. And it should come as no surprise to you, myself, but Bilal Coulibaly is so good and progressing so well in year 2. My main takeaways from both Atlanta games, which I should mention were both wins and got them to 500, the turnovers are still really bad. In general, I think this team plays their best when there's the most off-ball movement happening. And Brian, I need you to have a conversation with Keyshawn and Alex, because the three-pointers attempted that they're taking per game, my God, they need to tone it down. The final game, Game 5, ends up in Mexico City, actually, against the Miami Heat. This game felt like I drank half a NyQuil bottle, but forced myself to stay awake. I'm not even kidding. Sar twice in the first half activated his 2K14 LeBron coast-to-coast badge over Bam Adebayo. I know I touched on it Game 1, but Alex jumps so much at shots 23 feet away from the rim, like it genuinely makes me wonder if he knows that he's 7 feet tall. And again, this game was so weird, but it did bless us with one thing. It gave us the most Wizards possession ever, but it also gave us a possession that potentially shows a little light at the end of that DC tunnel. Main takeaways for this fever dream of a game: Bam was frying whoever was on him tonight, but Sar's open court fast break offense was fun to watch, and I think perfectly captures what I think this 82 game season will look like for Washington. So after all 5 games, 10 plus hours of watching Wizards basketball, do I think you should start watching the Washington Wizards? Not yet. You know, I gave this team an F in terms of watchability before the season started, and the turnovers, horrific defense, they definitely don't help their case as of now. But even in that past video, I did say Bub, Keyshawn, and Bilal would be the main reasons to tune in to Washington Wizards basketball. And while I'm not loving what I'm seeing, what Keyshawn's doing on the floor, I absolutely became a Bilal Coulibaly fan through doing this video. And I know I didn't really touch on Jonas or Johnny. What? Jonas is clearly going to be traded in early February. And for Johnny,
this guy stinks!
Washington's probably going to be his first and last NBA stop. So overall, yeah, you could probably skip out on Wizards games this year, but just keep Bilal in your peripheral. I think he might turn out to be a little baby Shea. Do you agree? Have you watched any Wizards games so far this year? Let me know down in the comments. Outside of that, that's going to do it for today's video. If you're not subscribed, dude, I literally have a degree in casual takes. You're going to want to subscribe and hit that like button. But that's officially it for me today. I will see y'all in the next one.